Hello, Margot Jacques here with you. Welcome to another episode of Honest Culture 365, where real is the new perfect. So, tip of the day, very important. What I'm learning is, when you're having a conversation with somebody, and let's say you're talking, maybe a few feet away, maybe you're at the gym, maybe you're in a locker room, or wherever you may be, and all of a sudden, maybe they don't have a strong voice at the moment. They're not talking really loudly back to you. So, I've just been asking the question, wait, what? What was that? What did you say? And I'm so happy that I'm not afraid to ask that question if I can't hear somebody, because I am so shocked with the amazing things that come out of their mouth as to what I may have been missing had I not asked the question, what? There are people, that I'm guilty of it where, just kind of like you heard it, but you didn't really hear it, and you just kinda go nod your head because maybe you don't wanna ask the question or whatever it is, but man, what a great connection it is to do when you do that, in so many ways. It just shows that you're actually listening and you wanna know, and it's really good stuff that you get to hear. It's really good stuff. So there's the tip of the day. Hope that helps. Try it out. Back to the, safety concern on people, not knowing how to get out of their car in case of an accident or in case it goes down electronically. Had a great day today. I actually got to talk to a highway patrolman, just an amazing, person. What they do is it's like unbelievable what they do. I mean, if you really think deeply on what they keep us safe. They have to stop people that are speeding because that's like the cause of many, many wrecks. Today I was on the freeway, and all of a sudden there was one that came on his motorcycle and, stopped traffic. And I was like, what's going on? What's happening? And oh, well, he was just throwing big pieces of wood debris onto the side to get it out of the way because that's dangerous stuff for us to drive on. So I'm sure that's just one of many other things that they do. I'd love to like hear more about all those duties that they have that to help the public stay safe. So I was talking to him and I was asking him about, the car safety and the car seat safety for children. And come to find out that the California Highway Patrol are the ones that are certified in car seat safety. Firemen are good, you can go there too, they will help you, but the ones that are actually certified are the highway patrol. So it's good to know that. I'll be, putting a link and some information in, with this video. I'll post some more stuff on that, but I think that's good to know. You can always go on their website. Everything's always online to look up. If you don't know, if you're unsure, please check to see if the car seat is on correctly. I think what happens is, with the disconnect of like not knowing how to get out of a car, in an emergency, and not having your children know how to get out of a car, and then not having them seated in properly. It's not like we're not trying to not do these things or not wanting to know these things. It's just life gets so busy and it's so fast. And it's like so quickly do we forget stuff. I know I'm so guilty of it. Like, unless I put it in my phone immediately or if I don't write it down, and it's like, I'm like, oh my God, I have this great idea or whatever, this thought, oh my gosh, I figured everything out, I got it all, and it's like, if you don't write it down and you don't act on it immediately, it's like just goes away. It's like vanishes into thin air. So I've gotten into the habit of just doing that, and it's been very, very helpful. Whether, I look back on something, I'm like, oh wow, okay, I guess that was a good idea and a good thought. Maybe it'll come together one of these days. But it's just a good thing because this is like not just a thought, or an idea. It is something that can save your life, the life of your child, your loved one's life. This is huge because an accident, only has to happen one time. We only have one chance in those kind of situations. And so, how much do you want to live? How much do you like, what is your life? Do you really care? Do you actually care? And I don't think that we're thinking we don't care. I think, again, we just get, it's not going to happen to us. We're going to move forward. It's just not on our forefront for us to think about, but it should be, because it's not that much to have to think about. It's literally like, where is it in my car? How do I open it? What would I do in case something happened? Here, my love, my child, here you go. Let me show you how to get out of the car in an emergency and what you can do. Can you unbuckle yourself since you're old enough to do so? Things like that. Make sure, you just do it in a proper way, like, because you're the parent, you're going to know how to talk to your child and show him this. It's empowering. It's going to be empowering no matter what. We don't have to be at the mercy of a metal vehicle, at the end, in a wreck. We don't have to do that. It's not necessary. It's completely preventable with just a little bit of knowledge. And same with the booster chairs and all that stuff for kids and how they should be buckled in properly. Because again, the statistics on that is that 58,000 people die in car wrecks. I'm going to dig into more about that, but 1,100 of those are children, and 50% of those kids are just not buckled in at all, or they're not buckled in properly. So this is all preventable stuff, all preventable stuff. And so we can save thousands and thousands of lives by passing this along. So please, please do so. If you could just do this, this would just help everybody. Whoever doesn't know, it's just an empowering thing of knowledge to have. I can't stress that enough. It's just, it was just, again, shocking for me to realize that. So that I did not know this, because, again, I have a 6-year-old son. I was driving in my car for 4 years. I did not know about the getting out of my car. And if I didn't know how to get out of my car, my son didn't know how to get out of the car. So that's different now. That's changed. I'm in the process of changing the type of chair that he sits in. I will share that with you once I get it and talk more about those things. But it's good information. I'm going to put a link connecting all this information to the California Highway Patrol. They are the ones that they have stations that will check your car seat for free. They're certified. There probably needs to be more of those things out there. Accessibility. People are just putting car seats in, I guess, however they think. And there's a lot of things that are connected to these car seats, tethering and anchoring and all these types of things. So just wanted to share that. I hope that helps. So I live in the city of Thousand Oaks. So that's Ventura County. I'm right next to Los Angeles, very big, big county next door to me. A lot of things going on there, an amazing city. I live in an amazing county. I love Thousand Oaks. I love this area. It's like a family city, family area. So I was reading the Acorn, and in the Acorn, it was talking about, I was reading the sheriff's blotter, and like the number one crime going on in this sample of, the United States of America is fraud. Fraud. And fraud is like somebody tricking you into getting your information, tricking you into, you maybe using your debit card or getting a password, or, somehow getting something from you. So just wanted to put that out there, maybe some awareness, since a lot of it's going on here. I bet it's going on everywhere. Some awareness with that would be just be mindful of the type of texts that come in. Make sure you look and see, what type of number it is. I know that's what I do, because I get a lot of scams coming in, and like the emails, you just don't tap on those. That's not how those things really work. I know I order a lot from Amazon, and if you see like an Amazon text, that's not what Amazon does. Amazon does not text people about anything. Everything is through their app, and you're either going to buy it or you're not, and everything is through your app. That's how they communicate with you. They do not communicate with you through your texting. That is one thing that I know for sure. So there's something that can help with some awareness, and be mindful of, phone calls, the kinds of information they want. If they're asking for some very sensitive information, you know, be mindful of that, if you're not calling them, and it's not, if you just have a feeling, don't do it. Just don't do it. You don't need to give away, sensitive information. It's just not necessary. Like everything is online. You could do everything online. There's obviously the right numbers to call, make sure you're calling the right number. Be mindful of websites, because there could be websites. Just that's why we have apps. That's why the apps are good. Phone numbers are good. We got to do our own due diligence and check things, because people reaching out to us is a little odd. You know, uh, People reaching out to us is a little odd. That's the whole thing. If we're getting some calls, why are we getting calls? It's more than likely a hustle, someone trying to sell you something or get you to do something that they want so they get something. It's really what that's all about. So be mindful of those types of things, and don't be afraid to just say, I'm good, you know, gotta go. Have a nice day. Um, and so, well, there's my spiel on that. Uh, Another sad thing I was reading in the Acorn is that there was a 13-year-old boy that died on an e-bike. That's so sad. So sad. I can't even imagine what the family is going through. The thing on that, these e-bikes, this is so tough because it's just, again, it's a new thing. I'm sure nobody meant for, that they were not thinking that would ever happen. Um, I look at it as, for me, because I have a boy, I have a 6-year-old boy, and it's like if he doesn't know how to drive a car yet, I would be questioning, maybe an e-bike, because e-bikes go fast. E-bikes can go fast, and if they don't know how to drive a car, meaning if they can't read the signs, they don't know the rules of the road, they don't understand the traffic, they don't understand certain rules that are supposed to keep us safe, then they're probably not ready for an e-bike. And it's going to be tough because it's going to have to be, there's going to be some serious, you know, um, consequences for these things. But it has to be caught and watched. These things can be ridden anywhere, and somebody has to enforce these rules. So, this is the thing. It's like parents, you need to be mindful of all that. Like if your child isn't old enough to drive a vehicle, which a vehicle can go 5 miles an hour. E-bikes go faster than that. I mean, we can go super slow. We got to go super slow and drive in a parking lots. It's why there's, you know, people are getting, rode up on by them, because they don't understand. They don't understand the rules. Certainly I wouldn't be speeding through a parking lot because I know not to. But if they're young kids and they don't have any knowledge of that stuff, then they're not going to know. They don't know any better. So that's my thoughts on that. I think, that would be it's a simple decision on those types of things. They need to know how to drive at least first before they drive one of those, and they need to drive it safely. And if they don't, then they shouldn't have it, because if they can't be responsible with it, then why would certainly I wouldn't allow my child to do something irresponsibly, on a regular basis if I have the authority to, because my job is to protect them. My job is to keep them safe. That is my job. I mean, I'm supposed to let them live their life and stuff, but safety first. I need to keep them safe because, again, I would die for my son. I would do anything for him. So safety first, protection first, and that's my love. That's my love to my child. I have to keep him safe. Children are born, they need to be taken care of and loved and guided. So, this is my thoughts on that. Again, my son is much younger. Although they do have e-bikes for 6, 7 year olds, but they're more like balance kind of bikes. So I don't know, it's just a new thing out there, and then, tragedy can strike, and there's not another chance to fix that. So my thoughts again, If they're not old enough to drive a car, they're probably not old enough to ride an e-bike, which is like kind of like a mini motorcycle. So, that's all I got on that. Yeah, I just hope everyone is having a great evening, great afternoon, great morning, whatever it may be. I'm in a new location. I'm super excited. So happy you're listening. So happy you're here with me. I'm going to talk more about some, again, on the safety issues and stuff, but I really want to put that out there because there needs to be more awareness. So just pass it along. Pass it along. Please don't forget to pass it along. Write this down. Put it down somewhere so you don't forget. Put it in your phone. Write it on a piece of paper. Act on it. Do something. Go check and see. Go look and see about how you're going to get out of your car in case of an emergency. Do your children know how to get out of their car? Please make sure you know this. It's so important, and pass it along to everybody that you know. And make sure your teenagers know how to get out of their car. And make sure you have the right seat, the right car seat. I will be sending a link on that information. Go anywhere you need to go. Fire department is welcome to look at your stuff. The CHP are all certified and they have lots of places. So please go there to get it checked if you're not sure. And that's all I have for today. And again, I hope that you know that right now, in this moment, right now, in this present moment that you are in, is the most powerful moment you will ever be in. You have a choice to do whatever you want here. Be you and choose, the life that you want. And whatever you may be going through, it's all going to be good. It's all part of everything. And thank you for listening. And I'll see you and talk to you soon. Bye.